Alright guys, Tucker Singer here with S&S Smithing. Today we're going to be talking about hanging hooks that you could use for tools or just any kind of stuff. You can just hook onto something and let it there, forget about it. Alright, let's get talking about it. Alright guys, so I've showed you how to make hanging hooks for things like fire pokers and rakes before. They're useful for all kinds of stuff. If it has a handle, you just want to hang it up on something to get it out of the way, like a tool rack or things for under a power hammer or press or whatever you got, really. And so I've shown you how to do it before in decent detail, but today we're just going to focus on that in case if that's what someone's looking for, they don't gotta skip halfway through my video to find it. So today we're going to be putting a hook on this nail header I made in a previous video a long ways back for making rosebud nails. I made it out of a railroad bolt head. Punched the hole. If you guys want to see how I did this, I will put a link up here somewhere and then most likely in the description. So what we're going to do is the handle for this is just 1/2 inch square mild steel bar, and so the reason why I picked this is I'm just picking a smaller piece. This is a little bit bigger. I need somewhere to hang this, so you'll guys be able to see in detail a little bit better since it's bigger. Alright, so let's get started. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, first thing we got to do here is make an offset. How you make an offset is you set the piece over the edge of the anvil closest to you, take your hammer, make half on, half off blows, and start to make a set down like that. Just continue our offset here. We gotta keep everything square with the bar so we're not trying to get it out of shape. Alright, now you see our offsets taking shape pretty good. Take it we'll take it a little bit farther. Let's finish up our little offset here. Alright, that looks good enough, so next thing we gotta do is straighten our bar back up here. And now all we gotta do is take the rest of our bit here from our offset. We're just going to taper her out and then forge her into a hook, and I'll show you the rest after that. Alright guys, so now we just take our bit here that we separated out and taper it up. Alright, so now we're just going to clean her up. Now, with the flat side of the hammer, we're not doing any super hard blows or anything. Just going to clean her up a bit. Make sure everything's all square and true. Try to take out a bunch of hammer marks, any kinks we have, slight bends, anything like that. Alright, next thing we've got to do is just take off our corners here. step's done. There, we got everything drawn out. We have our offset there. So next thing we're going to do, turn it to the far edge of the anvil with our offset up, and then we're going to knock the taper down almost complete 90, not quite, towards the side of the anvil here. We're going to knock it down. Alright, then we're going to square up our transition here between the two, and then once we get that done, we're going to come to where our offset is. We're going to forge it down at an angle, kind of like a bevel. You're just going to hit it with angular hammer blows, or if you're not so good with that, you can tilt it, but that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, so we're taking it with our offset right over the edge of the anvil there, and then lightly tapping that down. Right about there. See how it is almost 90, just not quite. Screw that up. We're going to try to make our offset kind of like a corner here. So straighten everything out. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to throw her back in for another heat, and we're going to forge these corners down in at an angle. And what that'll do, I think it just makes it have a nicer transition from the hook into the parent bar, and it makes it look a little bit more like you know what you're doing. Alright, so now what we're going to do is take our corner here we made with our hammer and come at it with diagonal flows. Just pulling that corner out, flip her over, same thing on the other side. This helps push the bar back and makes it a little closer to 90. Careful you don't get a twist in the bar. Try to keep the thing centered and keep it from fish lipping. Besides that, that's really it. Oh, let's see. It's a little noticeably different. We just got to center up a little bit better. That's really all you got to do for that. So now we're just going to clean up our offset here, make sure everything's squared and centered. Clean up our hammer blows here. Try not to have any kinks between the bevel and your actual hook. Like that. See? Clean. You want to get her centered as best you can. I got a bend in my bar. Right up there. But yeah, that'll do her. Now that it's smoothed out a bit, all we gotta do now is bend her into the hook. Now we're gonna bend this over the horn here using my wooden beater here, so that way we don't mar up our steel. little bit more heat. But as you see, she's well on her way. Now the best way to work at the end, horn of the anvil, start at the end and start rounding it over. You want to try to hold the metal almost at a little bit of an angle, because if you don't, you'll get kind of like a, where's the camera at? Alright. You'll get a kind of like a turn in your steel, which for this purpose this isn't such a big deal because it's just my tool. You can make these as nice or as rough as you want, but see how that offset we beveled and made kind of almost makes it look like it wants to come up to meet the rest of it. You could finish this like this, but I'm going to bring it a little bit tighter and clean her up some. Out just a little bit here on the tip to do. We'll open her up a bit more. Straighten up the tip so it's centered with the middle of your bevel piece there. Just help straighten her up a bit. Alrighty guys, so there's our hook made. Now you can play around with it if you want to make the loop a little bit bigger, smaller, however you want. The main point of it is the transition where you made your little offset there into the hook. Now this is getting pretty warm, so I'm going to go cool her off and we'll look a little bit more at this and then a couple others that I made. Alrighty guys, so here is our finished hook. As you can see, it's fairly well centered. I got a little bit of a kink there in the tip, but this is the general idea of it. Could be a little bit cleaner, but for this it's fine. Since we knocked down the corners and made sure to take out our hammer marks, it's smooth, so you can lock a finger inside if you need to. Now for this tool is primarily used this way. So I made sure that my hook was down that way so it's not in the way while I'm doing work, and it can also work as part of the handle, which is one reason why I like putting a hook on simple handheld tools like that. You don't have to put your hand in it, you can just hold it at the end and it's out of your way. But like I was saying before, you can play with the way these hooks come in. These are all hooks made similar way, the same style, I guess, the same process as this hook that we just made for this nail header. Now all these have been in previous videos, so I'll link them throughout the video and whatnot. This is the rake for Coal Forge that we made this hook for out of smaller stock. As you see, same principle. You can play with how much of a gap you have here. For larger or smaller stock, just widen out the hook a little bit more. And it's centered. Our bevel, I really like the way the offset makes these. But anyway, like I said, you can play with how round it is. You could have it come just straight down, like I do on this hanging hook for the forge welded fire poker with a pineapple twist handle I made in a video a long time ago for there's a channel, Twan at Warped Legacy. He did these challenges where it was a blacksmith challenge. You had to make a fire poker and this was what I made. Daniel Moss also was in it, so that's cool. But yeah, this one I made, and the way these hooks are set up, because of the offset, they hang straight in the middle of the hook instead of at an angle, so they just hang straight down. So they're good also if, like, for things, if you need to hang something off something, kind of like a chain almost. This style of hook works well. It helps keep the weight centered on the hook instead of like maybe here or back here or something, you know. So that's another reason why I like making these hooks this way. So it works very well for most things. Like I said before, you need to make sure your planning is good, where you have your offset and your hook's going to come down. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video here and checking how to make these hanging hooks. Yeah. Thanks for checking this out, guys, how I make this hook. And like I said in the previous video for the channel update, let me know what you guys think about having a secondary channel with DIY and home improvement projects like carpentry and stuff on it, besides just the metalworking factor of the shop. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and always, for John.